Hi, this is Caroleena, and this is going to be a hoop tutorial for hip reels with twin hoops. I'll do it with two, and then I'll teach you how to do it with one, and then we'll work up to doing it with two. So here's what it looks like, and here's how you do it. First you want to start, we'll start with just one. You want to start with your hoop out to the side. Thanks, man. And you're going to let it close in front of you until it's to the other side and your thumb is pointed down. And then you're going to bring your hand until your fingers can fit on your hip, and you're going to let the hoop come up and form a peacock tail behind you, and then drop, and then come down so it's back in front of you. So it's on your hip, peacock tail, drop, coming back to in front of you. On your hip, peacock tail, drop, and coming back to in front of you. This is an unusual way to interact with our hoop, and a lot of folks have trouble getting their mind around it when they first take it up. So if you do it super slow, it's up and across, then bring the knuckles to the hip, let the hoop come up until it forms a peacock tail behind you, and then let it drop. Hands on hip, peacock tail, hands on hip, peacock tail. Let me show it to you from this side. So your hoop is out to the side, your thumb is pointing up. Your hoop's going to follow your thumb across until you've got your hand sitting on your opposite hip. Then you're going to let your hoop come up to a peacock tail, and then you're going to let it drop and come out and come back to the front so that it's back, front, back, front. Let me show you this from the side. So from the side, my thumb is pointed towards you guys. My hoop is out to the side. I'm going to close it in front of me, bring my hand to my hip, and then put my hoop into peacock tail. Let it drop, hand to the hip, peacock tail, drop, hand to the hip, peacock tail, drop, and bring it back to the front. So when you've got two hoops doing this, and practice it with on both sides first. So then take your other hand, do a big circle where you cross to the opposite side, bring your fingers to your hip, let your hoop come up until all of a sudden it's behind you in a peacock tail, and it's falling and it's coming out. So this move is done in split time. That means that when one is in front, one's in back. So you start one first. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start with my right hand, and I'm going to go across onto my hip and peacock tail, and this is when I get ready to start my other one, so that it's going to be in the front part at about the same place. And then it comes to the hip and drops, and now it's a peacock tail. Comes to the hip and drops, and now it's a peacock tail, comes to the hip and drops, and now it's a peacock tail. Until you just kind of get into this swinging boing, a boing, a boing, a boing, and you should be able to stop. One in front and one in back. One in front and one in back. Okay, those are hip reels. I dig them. And as many ways as people use hoops, a lot of times they don't even consider this one, and I think it's more likely to come naturally to poi spinners because people do this with poi all the time. People don't think about it so much with hoops. So I hope this helps. I'm getting cold and I'm taking cold medicine and I'm a little fuzzy, so hopefully this helps. I don't even know if I've forgotten anything because fuzzy. Y'all have a great night. Mwah.